Welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. With Billy and Razor, I'm Sophia. A lot closer than the Bruins wanted it to be. They wanted to come out, have a statement win after losing big against St. Louis. But 2-1 the final, needed OT. Guys, they got it done.
They did. They got the extra point, okay?
Yeah.
And so that's nice, and it was a beautiful pass and a wonderful finish. The best part, though, was quick.
It was quick, yes,
it was
exactly.
Quick because that was starting to get tough, watching some of that, you know. But listen, when it's all said and done, this is one of those late season games. You get 2 points. That's the most important thing.
That's right. We were hoping that Montreal was going to bring it. We were hoping that a team out of the playoffs would find. They didn't. And when you're the team on the other side of that, that's in the playoffs, that's secure, that's trying to find their game, it's hard to play against that and with that. And I think we saw that the Bruins brought it initially, Canadiens tied up, and then from that second period, third period, it was just
sloppy.
A bit of a pillow fight.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Which, again, love to see them close it out right away. They get their 2 points, leave Montreal with. Again, they didn't let Montreal score more than 1 goal. Like, for me, that's the bonus too. And that defensively, it wasn't pretty offensively, and they weren't connecting, but they didn't spend a lot of time in their zone. They did keep things simple in the third period. They only gave up 19 shots. Like, those things are all kind of the good part of the game as well.
Jake DeBrusk with the game winner, his 16th of the season. That's where we're going to start, guys. Like you said, Billy, quickly into
Start
overtime.
in the D zone, though, right? So Matheson, who's got great acceleration, Lindholm right here, closes on him. A little bit of the support there by DeBrusk helps. And then here they go. Off to the races. DeBrusk puts the Jets on, opens up to give Marchand more room to make the sauce pass. He's got to go to his forehand, which he does. Smart thing to do. It gives him the option to pass or shoot. But as soon as he goes and he commits to it, it's one of those quick up and downs. I mean, he makes it look easy because he's great, but it's not that easy. We saw David Krejci do that an awful lot from in tight. Marchand makes a beautiful little sauce pass, and DeBrusk in stride takes. There's no chance for Montembeault here with his speed.
No, what's also not easy is handling that saucer in full stride, keeping it under control, pulling it to your backhand like Jake DeBrusk did. No chance for Montembeault. As soon as that, even no chance for the defender, really. He didn't play it that poorly. It was a perfect sauce, perfect handle, and then a perfect finish into the open net. Great goal in overtime from the Bruins.
He is our Subaru star of the game. As mentioned, this is Jake DeBrusk's 16th goal of the season, and in his last 6 games, 3 goals, 4 assists for 7 points, 17 shots on net, 2 of those power play points. Tonight, he got his 3rd career overtime goal, and of course, he was the guest for Adam Pellerin.
Jay, congratulations on the overtime winner. You guys go to OT again, able to finish this one off. Just take us through the game winner.
Yeah, it was obviously kind of a scramble. I thought I was going to get roasted wide by the defenseman. Came in their zone, but Lindy won a big battle, and we just kind of poked it out, and it was a 2-on-1, and I know just to get to the right areas, and it's going to come across. So it was a great pass, and just happy to finish it for the boys.
You have 14 games left in the year now. Obviously, it's all about building towards the playoffs. You know, what do you take from this game that can help you moving forward?
Yeah, I don't think it was our best. You know, you got to give them credit as well. I thought they played a definitely harder game when we saw them last in Boston. So we knew they were going to be a little more intense, and I think it was one of those games where you just kind of stay with our game. Obviously, it was a little sloppy at times, and games, you know, this time of year usually are, but we found a way to win. And, you know, to be honest with you, it's always nice to get an overtime win. It seems like we've had 45 overtimes, so hopefully we can even it out. 24, but, you know, lead the league. And finally, just, you know, you win this season series over the Canadiens, 3-0-1. You know, regardless of where they are in the standings, you know, how much sweeter is the win? Oh, it's always special. You know, it always gets me fired up. Firstly, you know, obviously the rivalry, just the jerseys, everything, and you know, it's one of those things where you always get excited to play in the Bell Center. And obviously, we've been lucky enough to have the edge, as you said, this year. So, you know, it's one of those things that we love winning here. They got good hot dogs, and can't wait to have one.
Congrats! Go celebrate with the boys.
Thanks.
Good hot dogs. They do. They're media, right? The media meal, the hot dogs. All right. The Bruins had a 4 minute, or a bit less, because they were already on the penalty kill, but they were shorthanded. But they had a chance late, guys, when they got a 4-minute power play because Charlie McAvoy took a high stick to the face.
Very similar to the game in general. The Bruins power play, here's the penalty Suzuki takes. We said it in the green room. Why has he got to stick all the way up there?
The penalty was indicative of the game.
Right. Just watch, he's carrying his stick way up, and then it goes right into Charlie's chin before Charlie tries to elevate to get it. So the refs got it right. Okay, use technology to your advantage. Review here. Bruins will go on the power play. What I was saying is really, this was indicative. The power play was, remember the first power play, Razor, in the game? First one, long time ago? It was good. And we talked about it. It was movement. And then after that, here Brazeau actually worked his butt off at times, I felt, to get into a good spot. But otherwise, again, it was sloppy, very endemic, asymptomatic of the game.
Yeah, it was, and there's no real way around it. We just heard Jake DeBrusk talking about it, essentially alluding to games at this time of year can turn into these. You would have loved to have seen the power play just close it out here. That would have been, if they do that, then it's perfect, right? Then the game, then there's nothing. At the end of the day, we're not going to run. That slash is still crazy to me. I haven't seen one of those. That's old school. So not ideal way for the power play to finish up the game, but they'll have another opportunity on Saturday.
Danton Heinen opened the scoring for the Boston Bruins, giving him 4 goals at the time in 4 periods, because this was in the first.
Dan Heinen stays hot against the Montreal Canadiens, and again, the Bruins came out with perfect intensity, perfect pace through the first 5 minutes of the start of the game. The defense were jumping in. This was a great shift of rotation, forward cycling, and then a great pass from Zacha to find DePasta, and a great finish from Heinen.
Yeah, really good coordination, composure while falling. He doesn't end up trying to scramble too much. He actually stays a little patient enough. Actually, the Bruins go 3 high. They're trying to draw Montreal out of their zone that they're down there, and they end up getting the cycle going, and that's the key. Razor, we said it all night. You're talking about taking advantage, or trying to, of the young D of the Montreal Canadiens. And this shift, even though Savard's one of their veteran players out there, you'd still get the young guys moving around. Slavkovsky's there, but Heinen, though, again, showing great control, being pushed by the bigger Slavkovsky. Heinen goes down, keeps it on his stick, and shovels it into the net.
Yeah, Danton Heinen had to earn his contract with the Boston Bruins as we take a look at his numbers with Pittsburgh last season and where he is with the Bruins this season. So already more goals in fewer games, tied for assists, but again, with 5 fewer games. And it looks like the way he's been playing, he'll continue out if he's healthy.
You would have signed up for 30 points from Danton Heinen at the start of the year, huh? Holy cow.
Heartbeat.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
It is a beautiful thing, and he's definitely earned it. As usual, after the first commercial break, we hear from Jim Montgomery. He goes one-on-one with Andy Brickley. We'll love to hear his thoughts in his hometown. We'll be right back after this. And Brad Marchand celebrated 1,000 games recently. We have a great new documentary coming out for Marshy's 1,000, and we'll take a look at that in postgame final.
Bruins Overtime Live on NESN is presented by buyatoyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit buyatoyota.com.